Hey guys, I want to talk to you about the FitnessGram test today. It's actually a program that we do here at Robb Elementary, PE, and it's actually done by every student your age in the United States. It's a 7-component test that kind of measures your physical abilities in 7 different components or 7 different parts. The first part of the test, or one of the tests, is the push-up test. They actually measure how many push-ups you can do with correct form. The next component is curl-ups. They also measure how many curl-ups you can do with proper form until you can't do them anymore. We test your flexibility test in your shoulders. We test a pacer test, which is a running test that kind of measures your endurance, heart and lung endurance. We do a trunk lift test where we measure the flexibility in your upper body. We also measure your height and your weight. Now, these 7 components are done all throughout the year. They're not all done at once. So we kind of spread them out throughout the year. But I figured that right now, when we're online for these next 20 days, we would get started with some of those, or at least practicing some of those, so you guys can get used to it. Then when you come back to class, you'll be kind of a pro at it and have a little bit of practice under your belt. Okay? What I want to do is I'm going to demonstrate, or we're going to have some coaches demonstrate the proper form for a curl up, proper form for the trunk lift, and the proper form for the flexibility test, just so you guys can get an idea of what those look like. Okay, here we go. In the video, you see Coach Owen, who is a coach here at Robb Elementary, doing a proper curl up. Her feet are together, her knees are together, her hands are flat on the floor beside her, and when she curls up, her shoulders and her back come about 6 inches off the floor. Her hands slide towards her feet. And then when she curls back down, her hands slide back down and her shoulders and her back falls flat on the floor. Now, when coaches say up, she comes up. When coaches say down, she goes down. In this next video, you see Coach Owen performing a proper trunk lift. Her feet are flat on the floor. Her legs are touching the floor. Her hands are next to her, flat on the floor. And when coaches say up, she lifts up and holds the trunk lift. In this last video, you see Coach Silva, which is a coach here at Robb also, performing a flexibility test. She holds her right hand over her body, her left hand under, and she tries to touch them, and then she switches them the other way and tries to touch them as well.